Hi everybody, Shane R. Monroe here. I am still obviously completely under the weather here, but I was really excited to get this next video out, so we're gonna do it. So we talked about the Genesis controller and even this wireless Genesis controller as being a potential threat to your Commodore 64 without using the right adapter. This is one of two different adapters that I know of that you can buy. Now this guy has some limitations, and we're going to talk about that, but it does what most people are interested in, and that is getting the venerable Genesis controller to be able to be safely used on your Commodore 64 while being able to provide the additional features of making one of the buttons an up button. So if you see here, you can see which button you want to be your primary fire, B or C. So right now it's set to the B position. And what do you want to happen with the second fire button? Right now it's set to press up. Or you could set it to fire button 2 for games that might actually use it. Finally, you have a Commodore 64 and Amiga slider here that you can choose between each one. It's really simple to use this guy. Simply plug in your Genesis controller. So this is kind of, I don't know, kind of loose. I've got a 3D printed case coming for this, so that'll help, I think, but it's just kind of sitting in there, so you don't want to be pulling on it or anything. But that's okay, for now we're fine. So now we're going to take a look at Turrican 2, which is a good example of a game that requires both a fire and a up for jump, but it also requires a space bar, which you're not going to be able to get like on the A button, for example, so you still need the space bar, but this is the game that people talk about when they talk about wanting to play with the Genesis controller. So let's have a look. If all works out well, B will be our standard fire button, which it is, and up, of course, still jumps. Now, I used to play this on the Amiga all the time, and I'm just used to pushing up. But for people who aren't and are just left and righters here, you can use C now to jump. And that's pretty much exactly what we wanted, so that's good stuff. So this does pretty much exactly what it says it does. And, well, I mean, obviously, we don't know if it's not going to blow up our Commodore at some point, but I think we're relatively safe with the amount of data that we have on this guy. So yeah, so instead of pushing up, you can press C, and you could change B and C to be primary fire or not. So that's kind of cool. Again, you don't have a space bar, which is too bad. That'd be really cool if we could have space on A, right? That'd be awesome. But unfortunately, we don't. Now, what about using a, shall we say, a wireless version of the Genesis controller? Now, this is where things get not as happy of a story. So I have here the M30 from 8BitTo, and they've got the remote or the receiver. We plug it in, push start, solid blue, and solid blue also on the dongle down here. And if all worked out well, it should be functioning fine, but you can see that it does not. You might read somewhere that if you change to 3-button mode by holding the minus down for 3 seconds, that might solve the problem. It also does not. Now, from what I understand, and again, correct me in the comments down below because you're going to do it anyway, what I understand is this isn't wired the same way as like a Mouser version of this. In other words, it makes it safe, but it also makes it safe by cutting certain lines that might actually allow this adapter to work. If you know how to make this adapter work on this version of the C64 to Genesis adapter, please leave a comment down below so I can do a retraction. But I tried for like a good hour straight, trying every possible combination and trick that I could, and I simply could not get this remote device to work. So, to hedge my bets, I decided to do what everybody in the comments told me to do. Dude, just get a CX40 Plus. This is what you want. This is a wireless Atari controller, and it does the job perfectly. So, I haven't even had an opportunity to try it yet, so we will try it together as part of this video. Let's get this guy open. See what we get in the box. Whoop. Dropsies. Okay, got the box over here. And that's cute. All right, so it looks like we have 2 different adapters, probably a charging cable. Let's take a look. Please be USB-C, please be USB-C, please be USB-C. Yes! USB-C, perfect. So I'll put that in the box. Here are 2 dongles. All right. Get out of there. All right, so we have a USB one, so I imagine you could use this on your computer or other device, but this is the guy that we care about, right? This is the wireless 9-pin adapter. Well, let's give it a try. I'm gonna plug it in. Get in there. Okay, it definitely lit up. It's blinking. I'm assuming I have to probably push this sync button. Oh, they're blinking. Wait a minute. That one's blinking furiously now. Do I have to hold this down longer to pair? There we go. Hey, that's it. Is that it? This thing's pretty light. Here we go. Yes! All right, it works. I still have to push up though because there's only one button. Man, I totally forgot how stiff these controllers were. I mean, most people that's good. They like the stiff controller, but I'm so used to that tack too. But yeah, this does the trick, and it's nice and wireless. Let's see how far I can go and make this thing work out. So I'm gonna take a trip across the world. Okay, I'm still in the room. All right, we're still looking pretty good. I'm still in line of sight, by the way, which I'm assuming you would have to be if you're gonna use a controller here, right? But I'm gonna go further. Starting to feel a bit of latency here. I'm in the bathroom now across from my office. So this is probably, I don't know, 20 feet. I'm gonna go back a little further in here. Yeah, I can feel the latency kicking in just a little bit, but I'm pretty far away. So yeah, we're good. I mean, in terms of how far it'll go, again, it doesn't really matter if you can't go through walls because you're not gonna be playing it through a wall. So yeah, so this looks like the winner, man. If all you care about is a standard wireless one button, this guy, the viewers were right. This is the guy you want. So this, by the way, is a little bit cheaper if you get just the plain stick. If you want the Pac-Man one or the other cool looking colored ones, it'll cost you, Mrs. Lansing. So it'll set you back a few extra bucks. But in this case, I think this is great. I mean, I can just sit here with no wires. I can play my games. This is what I would want, right? So this is a pretty good deal. I don't know how long it lasts. Again, I just opened it up. It's probably only half charged. So we'll have to do a little bit of follow-up. And if I find anything particularly wrong with this thing, I'll let you know in a future video. But yeah, so now we have some great options here, right? I'm gonna get a 3D case for this guy, and I'll be able to use my Genesis controller when I want to use a dual button with the up remapped for my Sega Genesis controller. And then I've got this guy for when I'm just looking to play the regular games. So there we go. Listen, I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell. Thank you for your patience during my sick time here. I'm really exhausted right now, so it's good that we're wrapping this guy up. Anyway, leave your comments down below. Do you have one or more of these? Did you ever get that 8-bit toe working with this particular adapter? Let me know down in the comments below. It means the world to me. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Shanar Monroe. Take care, and we'll see you next time.